Bye, have a great time.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Ultra Salty Dan, and this video is probably my most perfect race yet. We do make a little mistakes here and there, but because we as you can see, we win it from the thumbnail, I back off a little bit a couple of times just so I don't get a penalty going through, you know, the bus stop and things like that. But obviously that can be improved with time. But for now, as you can see, we are in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT313. We had a qualifying of 146.361, so we're literally 1,000th away. When I was doing my lap just before this, it ended as I come out of the bus stop, and again I was 1.7 up on my lap time, and I'm like no, and it ended just where the penalty line is, so another like 6-7 seconds I probably would have made poor. So yeah, we're improving all the time on this. We're improving Daytona 100%. So as you can see, there's quite a few Brits. We are in the BDR and we are in S Racing. We have a luminous green on. As you can see, we stick it down to 1 TC and -1 for brake power. Brake balance, brake power, brake balance. As you can see, the Welsh flag on top, the logo on the side and the front. A little treat right at the end for all those who are racing and see me behind. A little tribute, there we go, as you've just seen it, to the man himself, the legend, Michael. So as you can see, we start straight off with going against the Spaniard. As you can go diving into turn 1, we just wanted to keep it go, see how he goes. We can see, oh my god, already he's practically drifting around the corner, so we're like, okay, straight around. I'm thinking, right, do we give him a bump to go? Let's just see. So we go on the inside, flick the inside, outside, flick the inside, take him, and there we are into turn 3, turn 4, whichever you want to name it, depending if you class the other one as a turn. First position. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know, once I'm in a lead, I bottle it. 100% I bottle it. There's no word to say it. I like to do the chasing rather being the chaser. So yeah, all I'm thinking about this, and I tell you now, already by here my heart's going already, because I'm thinking, right, oh my god, I'm half a second ahead here. Straight away as we're going to straight, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is where they're going to catch me next. I don't think the 458 is as powerful here, so I'm looking and I'm watching the time just slowly dripping away, and I'm like, no, they're going to catch me if I don't get a good bus stop out of here. So as we come up now, we kind of ease off there, just brake after it, down into third, slam around. I'm like, nope, let's just go. But we skidded around, but we managed to make it through, keep 5, hopefully. Then behind we kind of put off, and nope, they're still there. They're even catching closer and closer. I'm like, great, this is going to be one of those races where I'm just out in the lead and I'm just going to get drafted by 100%. As you can see now in the radar, they are flying up behind. I think they're bump drafting each other, and as you can see, straight round the outside, there they go. I'm like, man, no way. So I'm like, right, well, I got the inside line here, so I can put a little bit later and harder, turn in more, and you can see the guy behind goes a bit wide, take all of the track and keep our first place. And I'm like, right, okay. That is defending number 1 done. Only another 500 to go, because by the time we do these corners and everything, they're just going to keep catching me on the street. So I'm like, 1 down. Well, at least 10 to go for that turn 1 section. So I'm thinking, if I can just pull away, break a little bit deeper this time and around, and I'm thinking, right, I look in the mirror, see, oh my god, I'm pulling away a little bit. So we're going, yes, and now all of a sudden we come here and we're like, right, just make sure I hit this brake, do not smash into that, but I'll take it nice and tight onto the throttle, and away we go. And I'm saying, yes, Right, okay, we've gone from 6 to 8, we've gained 2 temps. I know they're going to smash that back in a minute, and as you can see straight away, look, it's coming down and down, so my 8s is gone. We're already in the 7s. I'm trying to find the best way to break from to gear shift from 5th to 6th. It seems to be when you hit 57 or 157 miles per hour on mine, that seems to be the best time to brake. Again, I'm like sliding the way. I'm thinking, right, I'm pushing too hard in the bus stop. From those 2 laps alone, I need to just maybe back off just a tad, because even though they fixed it and they put the barriers in the way, you can still get those track limit penalties, as I found out in a previous race before this. I got like 2 seconds and it just kind of ruined the race. Then some guy punted me from behind, and then I had 4 seconds, so I was like, sweet, 6 seconds behind. But as you can see, turn 1 again there. This time I take more of my line, and as you can see though, they're catching up again. It looks like those two are just, because of their, looks like they're drafting each other. Well, I say drafting each other, bump drafting and going through. Just before you hit the turning point for turn 1, I think they're just going too fast and they're not braking that tad bit earlier. I noticed when I was doing a draft on there, I was up to 177, I think it was, 176, 77, and by God did I almost spin off. So there is one of the points for you. If you are drafting right behind into turn 1, just brake just a little tad earlier than you think, because your speed will just take you straight off. As you can see from the guy, Josiah, the Spaniard, has gone from 2nd now down to 3rd. Although he was the one who started in 1st place. But I'm thinking, woo, 3 laps in, and we're 1.2 up. Keep this going. All I want to do is just keep it going. As you can see, I always keep checking my back just to see how far they are. But you can see, look, 1.2 is already down to 1.1. So all I know is I gotta have a decent bus stop in and out, and I'll be smashing it. As you can see, I got a 147, 148. Yeah, that's fastest lap currently. So obviously we're still almost, well, we're 800ths off our qualifying time, but I can see he's got a penalty. So I'm like, okay, he's just not going to worry me at all. I'm just more worried now on the guy behind. Are they going to do it? Where obviously they must have hit each other, or he's got a penalty somewhere, I don't know. But as you can see, the days turn into night slowly, and I'm just thinking again, take this corner nice. And honestly to God, I'm breathing heavily, and it's just the pressure for being in 1st place. Like I said, I love the chase. I don't like being chased. But it was almost, like I said, almost like my perfect lap. Everything just went perfectly. I seem to be, even though my lap times don't show it, I was more consistent in the 147s in the race. And I think now I dropped to like a 48 or something, but I don't know, I just can't get to my qualifying pace on here. Don't know why. It's probably obviously to do with the fuel, etc. But yeah, all I'm thinking is, right, just don't make your stupid mistakes like you did in the previous races. Just keep it going. As you can see, I'm a bit faster than a 10th up or a 1,000 up or 100s up, whichever. But most importantly, my time on the left is 2 seconds now. I'm 2 seconds ahead, and I'm on my 4th lap. I'm thinking, right, I got 1 more lap to go, then we're in the pits. Do I already think about changing tyres, or do I think, nope, let's not change tyres, we might be alright here, because it gives you a good couple of seconds advantage by not changing your tyres. But as you see then, coming out of the bus stop again, we're almost drifting through there, almost sideways, because we're catching it. I've just like, don't mess up, do not hit the penalty line, because it's really close. I'm doing fine. I'm at 2 seconds up. The only time they're catching me really is on the straight coming out. You can see almost, what, 2 thousandths there. So I'm thinking I just got enough just to ease around. I can just brake that a little bit earlier because I've got the buffer gap. It's more importantly do I think have a buffer gap than I know I got 2 seconds advantage. Hitting one of the corners wrong, again, a penalty for track limits is gone instantly. So it's easier to just back off slightly, not a lot, just slightly, just to make the corners more better, more perfect, more precise, and going around. The last thing I want to do again is overcook it and just yeah, my race is gone. So again, I'm thinking, right, I don't need to brake as deep here, although the time now law is 1.6, so I've lost like 4/10 coming out there, but I've got that buffer I can get. I'm thinking, right, if I can get out earlier on the straights, I can just go back to, right, if I push now I can get my 3/10 back, and I'm roughly around the 2-second mark. But also this is just the worst corner, because if you don't get this perfect, your race is practically ruined. Too much on the grass and penalty. I know we've all been there so far. Too much on the grass. As you can see, I can go left a little bit more to the barrier, but I do not want to risk it. As you can see, I'm checking my fuel. I don't want to risk it. I'm just like, okay, let's just have a go. I think we're going to come into the pits. We come into the pits now. Yeah, we come into the pits now, and as soon as I'm on the straight and it in, like, I think it's 160, bang, whack it down to lean, keep going. Pit stop. So we have the pit stop. Obviously we're thinking, right, well, we don't, the last time I done the race and I won, the yellow dot, I'm blind, the white dot was more on the F. So I find this car a little bit better for fuel. I do say so. I mean, most of you like to fuel save and just obviously get a little bit more time in you, but again, I'm like, right, let's just do the tires. The rears look like almost a quarter gone, so I'm definitely think I'm changing my tires, and instead of going straight up to the fuel line now, I can just literally just go to the white dot, just past it, and away we go. Do we keep the lead? It says Scotty D's in front, but as we come out, boom, we are still in first place, and we got a 2.2 second lead again. So I think we gained a little bit of time just by literally whacking it to lean just before we're about to go in there, because I know I had the gap again. He might have just had to put a little bit more fuel in. You can see I had like I think it was 12, and they got 7. So this car is definitely good for fuel, and as you can see, I just leave it at power and I'm just away I go. The only thing I gotta check in is the last lap to see if we have enough fuel, but as you'll see, and obviously because of the thumbnail, yes we do. So it's again literally just keeping to grips with, don't mess it up, because now I'm thinking, you know what's happened before, Dan, you know what's happened before, and you got super salty about it. In fact, I'd say ultra salty about it, where you're in the lead and just a stupid mistake, you use a little bit of concentration, or you push in just a little bit too hard when there's no need to, and you get a penalty, or they've caught up, or you spin out, your tires just go off, and that's it, race over within a matter of seconds. It takes what, 18 minutes to do a race, but it only takes you 2 seconds to lose it. So I'm just thinking, keep it going. As you can see, my time's going back up again now. It's 2.4 from a 2.2. So I know coming out of the bus stop anyway, I'm faster. As you can see, I brake a little bit later, or a little bit earlier this time. And around we go, nice and easy, around turn 1. Into third, straight up then, boom. I noticed on here I can hit 5th, just for a tad, just for that little bit of speed going around. Keep it nice and tight, use all of the track to get past it. Check the series now, as you can see it's 2.8, so clearly he had a mistake, or I took that line perfectly. We're down now to 2.9 seconds, we are up to 3 seconds now, so clearly something went wrong. Joe's art now is obviously back in second place. He was the guy we took from first, so again I got more of a buffer than I had before. So as you'll see, my lap times just slightly, not by much, but slightly just come away a bit, because I know now I've got even more time than before I can back off with. I don't have to take the bus stop now 100% every lap. I only have to do it like 95% now. I don't have to things. As you can see, I can come up to number 2 just before the line, brake, make sure I'm nice and straight. Then as I go into my turn, I brake, let go, I just let go of the gas completely and just ease it round, because I know I've got that buffer. they are the ones who are going to have to push. And if they make the mistake, then I've just gained even more time again. You see it's going up to 3.4. So where I got the easier pressure of back off a little bit, make it nice and tight, they're thinking, oh, I can gain here. This is my chance to gain now if I can get a great exit. And most of the time they just fail. Not all of you fail, but some of you do. As you can see, we've gone from what, a 2.2, a 2.9 to a 3. Now it's up to 4.4. And I think that could just be to do with him pushing more in the bus stop, and where I don't have to push as much, I can take it nice and easy. He's pushing, and it's almost up to 5 seconds now. It drops down to 4 for a bit, so maybe he caught up there, or maybe I eased too much off a bit. But again, it's just keeping the distance. That's all I want to do, just keep the distance between. If I do mess it up, at least I could have enough to come back on the gap I've got. I don't think I've ever been this far ahead in this race at all for Daytona. I know 100% I haven't been this far ahead for GT7. Maybe GT Sport I could have been, but for this one I know I just have to just keep it together, keep it going. Don't worry about the past. The past is irrelevant. It's just the present. Now, as you can see, that I've lost 1.1 seconds of time because I just took it a little bit easier on the corner. And yeah, now I'm almost stopping really as I come around here now. I'm not drifting as much as they're going out, but just in and out. You see 4 seconds out now. And as you see, it goes into the corner. My time's just going up, 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 up. See, he's pushing a little bit more, which means he just breaks a little bit. He could have just broke a little bit later, broke a little bit earlier. But because he wants to push, I'm straight up here. So again, that corner, I'm faster because I don't have to push as hard. I mean, if I was pushing against someone 100%, I'd be smacking at 100% every single time. As you can see, my time went up to 440 and now it's down to 3.8. So I'm like, right, okay, I just lost 8 tenths here. No, 6 tenths. 600ths, 6,000ths, whichever. But I know I'm in a comfortable place, and it got to the point where I'm just thinking, right, again, there's only 1 lap to go. Is this and the last lap, so it's almost 1 lap to go. All I got is do is take the bus stop twice, and I'm in and done. I don't have to do anything else. Just keep as my nice driving line now. Like I said, 95%. I don't have to put in 100. I don't have to be hitting every single braking point perfectly. I can brake a little bit more, and as you can see again, my time just goes up and up and up and up, and I'm thinking, yes, we've got this. Do not mess this up. You've got your second win here. There's nothing they could do. It's yours to lose now. And I'm again at the bus stop. I think I brake even earlier this time and even slower going through the corners, but slower going through. I'm straight down. I'm faster coming out, where they got to pelt into the corner, keep it fast and go. I'm just slow in, and I'd say, well, fast stakes is practically a straight coming out. Then as you can see again, all the time just goes back up and back up with 4.5 seconds now practically. Nope, we just missed 490 they had to do it. But you can see though, from my speed on the straights, I say the straights are turning, I'm like, they're just going to catch me. So I just had to make all the effort at the beginning, reap the rewards early, back off at the end. So I know now I want to say 1.3. So I definitely got the lap. I definitely got the fuel. All it is now is just hold on for the last few corners of the race. So you see we're halfway through now. Now I did notice in time trials, as I come up here now, I brake a little bit later and I take the curve more up and around, so it's deeper, instead of like that I've gone around the corner. So I don't know why I changed, but to me that seemed to be faster. I was doing a 46.6 I think, and doing that once it gave me a 46.3, which was my qualifying time for this. So definitely if you are in the Italia 458. See if you can dive in a little bit deeper on that corner. It could help you out, could give you the 3 thousandths of a tenth, or whichever 3 you would like to name it. It is that when you can get it there. Again, I thought, oh my god, we're going to go wide here. Just make it through the last corner. We've got the time, we've got the fuel. I don't understand why it's red though. I didn't get that bit. But as you can see, we thought we'd show off a little bit of Michael either side on the Ferrari. And as you can see on the back, slap out a little subscribe button if you do enjoy the races. And we finished the laps with, well, 0.4 left. You can hear the car going for it, but you can see we could have saved just a tad little bit more fuel, but I literally dropped the fuel down to lean just before I went into the pits, and I had enough fuel for the end, and you can see I didn't have to fill it all the way up again. So hopefully that is a little guide for you if you would like to try that with the Italia GT3. Give that fuel a little bit of a try, see how it works for you. But happy days, we got our second win. Daytona Daily Race C. I'm not sure if they're changing them now this Sunday or Monday, but I actually enjoyed this one. I think we've done 5 or 6 races and we won 2, failed in 3. And I think we did come decent in one of them as well, but I'm happy with that. Driver rating B up to an S. Hopefully we can keep getting some more wins and get into the A's, and then that is where I'm going to have to improve my times significantly, because I see they're doing 2 seconds faster than what I am. So it's something I'm going to have to look into more and put more pressure on myself to go a little bit faster, go a little bit deeper, learn more of the tuning side of things to make me that little bit faster. But obviously the goal is to smash into A. I don't think we'll ever make an A+, but I think we're not far from an A. I know we were quite close in sport, so hopefully we can do it there. But as you see, raised 1 position, a clean race. Give me old thumbs up, baby, finger guns. Ultra Salty Dan with the win. Happy days. So hopefully you can analyze the race if you're in the 458. Try the old pit stop A we did. See if it works for you. And definitely if you want to have a look at how my driving lines were, definitely just pause the video and check them out just to see if it can help you improve. And that is it. That is me, 458 Italia GT3 beating the Evos on qualifying and in the race. Hope you had fun. Much excited, Dan, and I'll see you around if I don't see you square.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye then.